Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. What are we going to discuss today? Welcome once again after the weekend. What are we going to discuss today? I hope during the weekend you watched World Champions Public Speaking in our district, in District 127. We got a chance to watch it live over the Zoom. And oh my God, what a fantastic lineup of speeches. There were eight speeches, and out of eight, I think six were like neck to neck competition. They were flair, they were fantastic vocabularies, expressions. But what stood out is storytelling. What a fantastic storytelling. And everyone was saying that storytelling is important, and the way they presented their stories was incredible and so relatable. Many of the speeches were so relatable, and let us not discuss on who won, who did not won, because I'm sure judges have done a good job. But let's get straight to the speech by Toastmaster. I don't know if it's a DTM or a Toastmaster, Sabyasachi. The name itself attracts for the female. I think in Bollywood there is a famous stylist, designer, Sabyasachi. Okay, the name itself is like royal luxury, and we had that speaker named Sabyasachi, which was kind of very attractive. The name itself grabbed the attention for me, and oh my God, his opening was so good. Only when we realize that all the opening of the speeches has been taken, and that's when there is a new person who comes up with a new style of opening. So Sabesha comes, and then he just he looks down on the ground, and then he kisses the ground, and he says, that's for my stage. Oh my God. And he gets so many applause and very good connection with the audience. He stands there, and then he presents his story. It was a very pretty simple story. There's no deep story in that, okay? But then it's a simple, relatable story, because most of the Indians, we have this in terms of choosing your career, having a discussion with your father, and then how he goes on to take up a finance job after deciding that he wants to do some work in Bollywood. And then he brings in the Bollywood hand and dance moment. It is so interesting. I mean, when I was watching his speech, I think he was the second speaker, I stopped taking notes. I got so engrossed in looking at his speech, and he was so flawless. He was, I think, just one place he just fumbled, because I think it was out of the script, because he spoke something to do with the Toastmasters election, which happened just the previous night. And then I think that was an impromptu part which he tried to stitch in the speech. That's the only one place where he fumbled. I mean, he repeated it, some sentences twice. And then he went on to complete his speech, and then the way he, like, he circles back uh, to the topic, the nod. That's what he says. And how beautifully he's presented. It is so relatable. Any part of India or any part of the world you have those nods, which only famous, which people of India can relate. So it was very interesting to know his speeches. People were saying that it is not a winning speech. I don't know why. Yes, there was a lot of drama. There was a lot of theater, theatrical concept aspect of the speech, but he did it very sincerely. He presented it very well, and the message was very clear. How he was relating to people, and then let me just also go back to what stood out for me. Of course, the opening was brilliant. I mean, the way he grabbed the attention of the audience, uh, such a lineup of jokes. Like, there were few jokes where he talks about the finance people, and he talks about the spreadsheet. Okay, and he makes this as if he is describing the sheet. And there is one more area wherein he says finance people are this, are this, are this. And then he just, he just with the nod, he confirms that finance people are not. And how he brings back the nod again and again in his speech, that is kind of an anchor for his speech. He goes back all around and then the nod comes in. Then there are areas where he kind of slows down to emphasize the point. Very interesting. I like the way he brought in that hook, that nod again and again. And whatever he's done in the beginning, like the light bulb and thing, and he brings it back again in the end when he's doing a finance thing, like the chief entertainment officer. How he finds those relatable terms and in the profession to the real life examples. Many a times I find he was um, quite fast, especially in the end. I felt the message could have gone a little bit slower, but nevertheless, because there was so much fun element included in the speech, the delivery is something which we need to talk about. He had the center focus area, and then he moves on to the left of the stage where he talks about his Amsterdam thing, the finance thing, and then he comes back and then he moves on to the other side. uh, Very nice, and he had a nice the tone, he was slow, he was fast, and then he also had a high pitch and a low pitch. Several areas he was very nice. He was so free with his body language. Only thing only thing about his jacket, I felt it could have been fit a little better, because when he stood there in the beginning, I felt he will try to remove his unbutton his jacket, because I felt it looked a little bit of. But once the speech began, I forgot about the jacket. I just started looking at his cute little face. He has a very nice face, and it was appropriate for whatever theme he has selected, because he's not a teenager or something. He's now working and he's talking about those moves. He had several power of threes. I had marked it down somewhere. I can't find it now. He has several of threes. So if you just go through the speech one by one, you will see how beautifully he's used that power of three. Then when he talks about that, there's a fun element, okay, where he speaks very fast. His dialogue, um, he has given Romeo, the role of a Romeo, and he wants to describe how the heroine is. So that's a joke element, you're my Taj Mahal and something. The way he expresses it, that is a script, that was a discussed, that was a nice script. He goes very fast on that, so that tone is very good. So I really enjoyed his speech, and for me, he was definitely a winner. But I did a mistake on the second and the third, because in our district we were having this small competition and discussing how the top two and three will go. Though top three were right, but in different sequence. I had a wrong sequence. I wished some other speaker to be on second and some other speaker to be on third. Nevertheless, Sabyasachi, your speech was brilliant, and this goes as a history of winning speeches. And thank you once again, talking about Indian fathers. Nevertheless, if you're settled in Amsterdam, and I remember in your closing speech, you mentioned that Amsterdam is a very good place. I know the place is very good, and very nice to know that even Toastmasters are very welcoming in Amsterdam. Good luck to you, Sabyasachi, and many more participants, contestants. I remember in the closing interview, he said, "Just, just come and participate. Don't think too much." So, going ahead with participation. Congratulations once again, world champion 2025 Toastmaster Sabyasachi. And I hope you enjoyed my feedback. If you have any other feedback for me, please leave in the comments. Thank you.